In this lecture, we will learn about set interface. Set interface. Set interface. Okay? Set interface. If we see the hierarchy of set interface, here the root interface is iterable. The collection interface, then here will come set interface. Okay, this is an interface, this is also an interface, this is also an interface, right? This is also an interface. Yeah, and here the set interface has a implemented class, that is Hashset. Number one is Hashset. Okay, and there is child interface. There is child interface of set interface, that is sorted set. Sorted set. There is child interface of set interface, that is sorted set. The sorted set has also a child interface. That is navigable set. That is navigable set. Okay, the navigable set is implemented by one class. The class name is TreeSet. The class name is TreeSet. SET. Okay, and here the Hashset also has a child class. The Hashset also a child class. The class name is linked Hashset. Linked Hashset. Okay, linked Hashset. So here we can see there are only three classes. Number one is Hashset. This is a class. Number two is linked Hashset. And number three is TreeHashset. Okay, now you can see that the collection interface is introduced in Java version 1.2. Set interface also come 1.2 version. Hashset come in 1.2 version. Linked Hashset has come in 1.4 version. And the sorted set has come in Java API version 1.2. Navigable set has come in 1.6 version. Okay, 1.6 version, and TreeSet has come in 1.2 version. So in this lecture we will know the characteristics of Hashset class. Okay, so we know that there are three classes in set interface that we want to learn. Number one is Hashset, number two is linked Hashset, and number three is TreeSet. The word linked, where we will see the word link, that means the insertion order is preserved. Okay, here we can see that there are several characteristics of set interface, sorry, Hashset class, right? Hashset class. Okay. Number one is version. Number one is what? Version. In Java API version 1.2, 1.2, Hashset is introduced. Hashset is introduced. Okay. Number two is it can store heterogeneous data, right? It can store heterogeneous data. Number three is it can also store null value. Null value. Okay. It can also store null value. Number four is duplicate. Duplicate. You know that the main difference between list interface and their implemented classes and the set interface and their implemented classes is only list interface and their implemented classes can store duplicate value, but in set interface and their implemented classes will not able to store duplicate value, or they will ignore the duplicate value. Okay, that's why the duplicate value will not be stored in set interface, right? Number five is insertion order. You already know that insertion order is not preserved in Hashset but preserved in linked Hashset, right? Insertion order it not preserved. Okay. Number six is we know that we already know that without the version, actually the classes which comes in Java API version 1.0, only those classes are synchronized, but above 1.0 version like 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8 and 1.9, the classes comes in this version will able to perform with non-synchronized thread. Non-synchronized means multiple thread. Okay, so it is non-synchronized. Number seven is the underlying data structure is hash table, right? The underlying data structure is hash table. Number 8 is cursor. We already know that there are three cursor. Number 1 is enumeration, number 2 is the iterator, and number 3 is list iterator. Those cursors are used for accessing the value from the collection. So enumeration is only used in Java API version 1.0, and iterator cursor can be used for all version, and list iterator is just used with list interface. Okay, for that reason which cursor is applicable for that place? Only iterator, right?